What is going on, everybody? What is going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Where'd it go? All right, well, I guess I don't need it. Oh, anyway, I'm One Frog Nine. What's going on, everybody? Welcome, welcome. Today's Saturday, the 16th day of October 2021. We're coming to you live from East Cherokee and Yuchi territory in the Appalachian Mountains. And yeah, today we're going to talk about decentralized finance just a little bit. We're going to see if Mr. Chrome is going to join us. Pirate Queen's also here. And but yeah, we'll get to that in a second. As always, folks, be an abolitionist. We need that ocean of abolitionists coming through, making the world a better place, in a better mode of being. And there's many ways to do that. So you can start with the Abolish Slavery National Network. Right there, they got this here. Man, my words are all over the place right now. Oh my God.
Okay,
guys,
take a deep breath.
Deep breath.
Ow.
I can't let them see me breathe, though.
Go ahead.
They can't see me breathe.
Well,
are you sure it's okay?
Yeah, frogs breathe.
Frogs, are you sure?
Gone. Gone in.
All right, deep breath. Text and the exception of
You
5
forgot
to
to exhale. Deep breath and then. Good.
Goorinch, what's going on, man? It's been forever. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Glad you could make it. Do frogs breathe? The frogs do breathe through their skin. That is what the internet has told me, so we know it's true. We do know it's true. But yeah, so there is the, you can text and get this petition if that's something you're into. If petitions aren't quite your bag, you can always check out these abolitionist organizations. And yes, somewhere around the world they've told us that frogs breathe through their skin. Maybe not all frogs. Maybe all frogs do. We'd have to get on the science team.
They're not going to let you know. They're not going to tell you.
Well, I'm a frog. I'm an electronic frog at least, so I think I might have an in to the network. But yeah, guys, check out these abolitionist organizations. That's really all I can do is just tell you to do that and try to organize within your communities. And just check out these links. Do some research. You know, who is George Lester Jackson? If you don't know who that is, check him out. He's got a really powerful story. I try to put a spotlight on him every now and then. Just because I think it's important. I think it's definitely important. And yeah. And I'll go ahead and plug this as well. Just a couple more things. We have socials. You know, the Twitch, the Twitter, the YouTube, the TikTok, whatever. I haven't done the TikTok thing in a while, but the Twitter thing I've been getting a little more active on. Let's see. I'll just jump over there real quick, let everybody know we're live, and I'll go ahead and put everybody on the Discord that we are live. We are live. We are live. We are live. Now, I did have a secret place where I was putting a certain code. Red.
You look really good on the show today.
Red emoji.
I like seeing your chin.
My chin? My chin? You like seeing my chin? Yeah. Welcome, Pirate Queen and Go Cat. How you doing?
Hi there.
Thanks for joining us. What's your fit for today?
Thanks for having me.
What's your fit for today?
What's fit mean?
Huh?
What's fit?
What's your
Outfit. You know, I'm lame. A Zelda t-shirt that used to belong to who? You?
Me.
Oh, okay.
And then it was in Chicago for a while.
It was in Chicago, so now it's mine.
I have a stronger chin.
I get to give it a second life.
Yeah. Reppin' the Zelda.
Shout out Princess Bubblegum.
Nice.
That's all.
Is that a top tier bubblegum merchandise there?
Of course.
From the Chanel's of cartoons?
Of course.
Nice.
Well, you know, if you're a princess, this is one you gotta have.
Yeah.
Princess, priestess, you know. Good.
Brown.edu supports the frog skin respiration agenda.
Frog reparation.
So real quick, I'm just, like I said, I'm on Twitter, just like I'm creating content. While I'm creating content, I'm maximizing my my time here. But like I said, I'm no expert.
Oh, really?
Let's look at DeFi.
Yeah.
Decentralized.
I've certainly taken lots of notes on the whole.
Did you bring them?
Of course not.
What?
It's all up here.
I need your notes because I have 4 lines.
It's all up here.
I have 4 lines of notes.
All right, I'll go get my notes.
I have 4 lines.
You have 4 lines of notes. Oh,
Man,
gosh.
you can tell that I'm really good at planning shows.
Scary.
I'm like top tier, the best at planning shows.
Cheers.
I'm live.
Okay. Now, if I can't walk right to my notes, then I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Come join me live, and then I'll put my frog spinning tree thing. Hey, Rich, how's life? It's been a minute. I know that I don't know what I know. That's what I know. That's what I know, and I'm sticking to it. But it's good to see a familiar face, a familiar internet avatar, internet person going around the world here in the Appalachian Mountains. Good stuff, man. Hope life's been treating you right. Edit this, put this down there. Home. Edit profile. Oh boy. Live. Emoji. Live from my house. But yeah, you know, so again, I'm well aware that NFTs and crypto are super controversial subjects for a large variety of reasons. And my response to all that is just, man, I need to understand what it is before I can really shoot it down or support it or whatever. And I don't know, I guess getting involved with it is kind of supporting it, but still, it's just, I see so much on the horizon with how do I say this? With blockchain, right? With blockchain technology, I think the over time, like within the next couple of years, I think that you know, the power consumption problems that come with blockchain and crypto mining, I think those problems are going to become less of an issue. And at the end of the day, these systems are a threat to our established infrastructure, institutions, for the banking industry, for insurance, for real estate, for all these kind of legacy systems that use outdated or inefficient, comparatively inefficient systems compared to how I think blockchain could be set up as a way that is of benefit to humanity. So I'm just leaning towards the optimist side of things, and again, I've been putting a lot of time and energy in just trying to do some research and understanding how, you know.
Well, I think we make this, so that's why I'm optimistic, is because if we're involved in the building on the foundation level, then we're not going to build what we don't want. We're going to build what we want for us, our family, and our extended people.
Well, that's my thing. Is like, instead, like, in another couple of years, as this stuff continues to just gain more and more popularity and gets more adopted, it's like, are we going to be somebody that's outside of it, kind of whining that it's happening?
And I've never been good at being an outside whiner.
And most of the people that are against it, I don't think they really understand it. I don't understand it, and I've been fucking.
Well, let's not talk about stupid people. Let's talk about what intelligent people want to do and how we want to put this together.
And so Guru says, in my opinion, it's halved between low entry barrier, high rewards, low risk market, not usually associated with art trade. And it's kind of the same thing when eBay banned when people were trying to sell their souls. So you're saying it's kind of like in the in-between phase or something.
Yeah, and as an artist from the traditional arena, I understand how that works, and that's what I don't want to do anymore. And that's, I guess, what looks good to me in the whole NFT, being able to return commissions. So I'm going to have deep knowledge in this one thing that benefits me. I'm not going to have a broad, I know what Ethereum is, I know who started it, I know how DeFi is built and supported on the blockchain. I know you can do blockchain, you can do mining. There's lots. It's an industry. It's a new industry, and I don't know if we count it yet as green industry, but it's new.
Yeah.
People are making money doing all kinds of things with this. From the low end, there's always going to be the scammers swimming, bottom feeders. Bless their little hearts, they got to eat too. And then the people up top. And I'm a creator from my heart and soul. So that's all I'm going to be, is a creator. And just bring in those billions. I want to have some Bitcoin and some fiat currency. So it's just a balanced, just like if you invested in the stock market, you want to have a balanced way of doing whatever you want to do in your life. Oh. That was just a little Buddha energy.
Yeah, it's got some immaterial inherent elements to it, but that's also kind of art's TM in its essence. You saying
but
art,
isn't
trademark?
everything?
Yeah.
It starts with a thought, a concept.
I think it doesn't really matter what the technology is, obviously, unless it's like straight up weapons. But I'm just saying, like, non-weaponized technology in general, it's like, okay, we make it, and then as humans, we put our, that's what I've been saying all week, like, as humans, we put our humanity into it, all the good and the bad, right? And so it's a matter of those of us with some kind of moral compass, conscience, desire to just not totally burn the world down. we got to be at the table with this kind of stuff. Otherwise, the motherfuckers that don't care if the world burns down, they're just the ones running everything. And but anyway, like it's like, again, so instead of hiding in a corner, instead of like hiding from crypto, I'm embracing it and just being like, what the fuck is this shit?
To me, it looks like a great opportunity, and we need people like me to be involved. We need youth. We need people of color to be involved. Alternative voices to be involved. I don't hear enough of those. It's still driven by the typical 30-something cis hetero blah blah blah. And if you put in what you get out.
Yeah, and for anybody out there, I mean, that just is looking for, I don't know. Here's what I'm saying is, like, learn how to code if you can. Learn Python.
Yeah, that's what we need. For our team, we need somebody that got that code.
We need some developers. I'm trying to learn a little bit of Python. I mean, I hear people talking, especially developers on Clubhouse. They're just like, programming or any of these kind of languages, at some level they should be like required, or it's at least in school and basic education.
I think so, because it like cuts a whole lot of people out of understanding their power.
Because for as a young person, like when I was in high school or whatever, it was always talking about like the future is full of problems that we do not understand. Generations coming after us are going to have to tackle problems that we can't even fathom right now. We have no clue what they're going to be. And coding is just a small part of trying to really make that together. So I'm not a heavy developer by any stretch of the imagination. Like, I did Visual Basic, Windows Visual Basic in high school, and maybe some HTML. So I'm not completely foreign to those kind of concepts with variables and strings and all that stuff, but
back in the old days, I worked on DOS.
Yeah, you can still, Python runs inside of the command line. And
I've done a little bit, but how many things can I do at once?
I haven't jumped into the Raspberry Pi type stuff Are you familiar with Raspberry Pi?
No, what's Raspberry Pi?
It's probably a computer about as big as my phone here. Oh. And it's like a very basic brain that you can just put your own custom stuff on it. People use it in maybe their hobbies, like machining things or creating little things that need logic and stuff. You can make you can make Asteroid in Python.
Make Asteroid? What?
That's a game called Asteroid.
Oh!
There's a little ship that flies around and blows up asteroids and stuff. It's 2D game. But I'd be interested in stuff. I just wouldn't know what to do with it, so I need to develop my understanding a little bit further.
Yeah, we're counting on you. Unless there's other people on our team.
Yeah.
I got the creative hat. But I am learning GIMP and a lot of other open source creative software, kind of done with Photoshop, all that. Used to love Photoshop, but I don't love paying for it until I have some income. Then maybe I'll pay for it.
I can't see that comment. What you were saying there?
You can automate stuff equivalent to a washing machine, but I couldn't tell you how they do that.
You know, I think it'd be really cool to make my own washing machine. It's basically just a motor and a big metal drum, right?
I'd like a physical one while you're at it.
What?
I want an old-fashioned washing machine to put on the back porch.
Well, that's what I said. I would. Yeah. Oh, you're saying like
a real old-fashioned washing machine.
An old-timey kinetic power.
Yeah, and they have a roller.
No, I just want to get a big motor and just put a big metal barrel on it, and then turn that thing on, and it'd be like. Just spin really hard.
Are you serious? You just running your mouth?
Both. I'm seriously running my mouth.
I thought it was starting to sound like some verbal diarrhea there. Don't pay no attention.
But
yeah, GIMP and what else? Oh, Blender. I've been promising myself I was gonna get proficient, but I just do it so randomly that I haven't gotten really very good at it.
Yeah, it just takes time, and I think we've still been trying to get your computer station set up so that it's not all over the place.
Yeah, right now I have so much art on older PCs, Windows, who knows what. But I'm in the process of digging all that stuff up, putting it all together, and I want to throw it into an NFT series for the world. Yep, what I want to do.
I'm so grateful that there's like open source stuff, because for the longest time I was using Adobe.
Yeah.
And it was great. It was great.
Oh, it's great. Great stuff.
Like,
they just play you. They just have you at their mercy, And if you work for a corporation that's paying for your software, that's fine. Or you're in an educational environment, but we're kind of edutainment. That's what we do, edutainment. And we haven't had our return yet. We're waiting on it. I think that's what the metaverses and all of this crypto promises.
Well, and yeah, it's funny. I mean, when I'm on Clubhouse listening to people talk about the metaverse, to them, they see a bunch of little kids playing GTA 5, and they're like, okay. And in a lot of sense, I agree with them, but because the idea with a lot of this crypto and NFT stuff and how it's gonna combine with the video game industry, so that you'll be able to play games that you'll be able to own all the assets your character's wearing, or maybe you own the actual character, and maybe that character can move between different 3D worlds, not just be limited to the game that it's from. I think stuff like that's pretty exciting. So, but when people are thinking about that, they're like, whoa, well, it's going to be like GTA 5, but there's also saying, like, the coming generations are going to be able to accept and understand crypto a lot easier.
Yeah.
Because they are spending their time, already dealing in digital assets.
Yeah.
In their mind, they own it on GTA 5, right? They've got the car, they've got the clothes, the guns, and all the things that come with the game. It's just that those of us here with blockchain, we're looking at it. It's like, okay, it's centralized. It only lives in GTA, right? The idea with blockchain is that anything we're making can exist anywhere within that environment, and because it's so big, it's much bigger than GTA, than one game.
So, and the whole point is the smart contract is what defines it. That's like your program. That's what's telling everything, you know, your whole plan and what the consumer will get or what the consumer will be a part of. But we're designing that. That's what people keep looking for, a rule. You can tell that we grew up as subservient in our culture because we're not understanding now we're in the position of power to design, to make it. And we're like, is somebody gonna tell me how to do it? No, you're gonna tell somebody the thing, the smart contract that will be stored on this blockchain. We're telling it what to do. So what do we want to do, mofos?
That's just kind of the approach we're taking. I was just saying, what makes me laugh though is that people use GTA as like, oh, this is how things could be.
That's all they know, you know.
But what makes me laugh is I was like, if you actually play GTA 5, it's bloated, it's slow, it's just something that's trying to do too much. So it just kind of, I'm like, guys, you know, be careful what you wish for.
But so it's up to us.
Definitely.
It's up to us to put out clear instructions, and so we're not adding to the disinformation. You know, like, just make sure we understand the stuff, and then we can try to implement something that makes sense.
Definitely, Guru Rich. We are going to abolish prisons and as we understand them right now. And
word.
Yeah, I mean, even some folks from Jailhouse Lawyers Speak, you know, I hope we get connected again, but they did reach out to me. They were curious about this stuff too, because, you know, I don't know if you don't know, folks, the real kind of draw with all this stuff is that as artists, we can get paid royalties for our work indefinitely because of these smart contracts and because the blockchain is a decentralized ledger, right?
Yeah, every time something is sold.
That's the most exciting thing, is that, you know, when I make something and sell it to Valeria, I get that money she gives. But when she sells it to somebody else, you know, I get the royalty from that in perpetuity. So there's, I think, with that, and again with these DeFi type things. Guru Rich, have you heard about DeFi or decentralized finance? Is that something you've been looking into at all, or are you down with this crypto business? You seem like you're at least open to it. So
I'm excited about that. After having going to real estate school to understand it's a horrible, cumbersome process to sell your property or to buy property. So I'm like, I know that's going to be part of the whole DeFi, and I see people talking about it on TikTok, but they're not clear. They just have so much other noise going on. But I'm checking into it because at least I know real estate from the real world side, and just these contracts and deeds and keeping track of all these ledgers would easily benefit from blockchain.
So, again, I'm really not an expert in this stuff, but I'm just going to bring up some really basic concepts for some of these DeFi things. And, you know, do your own research. Do not depend on anybody.
Oh, yeah.
Do not depend on anybody to really make this stuff clear for you. I mean, maybe some folks will come through, but really do your own research.
And if you're an investor, only invest what you can stand to lose. You know, Gary Vee says that. Almost anybody will tell you, don't invest money you can't afford to lose. Because we're all learning in this. And as a creator, I'm going to make sure that whatever my first NFT is, it's going to be a good investment that's going to be built on my real world reputation or CV as an Afro-Latin artist. So that is going to be built on something in the real world of value.
George says they like transparency. You're generally anti-NFT for the chug. I don't know what the chug is, but it's not without context for those low barriers and tiny creators grabbing power. Yeah. Definitely. That's the thing. Context. Like, NFTs and all this, it's so vast. The horizon for it is just huge.
Yeah,
and
it can be done with
everybody and their mothers. We're literally trying to figure out how can we make it work for them. And so yeah, I think it's really hard to like have these conversations if people are only looking at it in these very small contexts. You know,
it's the Wild West right now.
And ultimately, I think the power concerns around NFT, and I said this earlier, but I think the power concerns around NFTs and blockchain are almost a non-issue because, number one, there's really not a large, comparatively, there's not a large population that are invested in mining, that are invested in crypto. There's really not that many people that understand it. And so you take, and hey, this is just my feeling understanding. I'm working towards getting a little more facts and data behind this, but my feeling and understanding is that, you know, the crypto, the NFT space as a whole is not really doing as much damage as it's being made out to be, or at least compared to the military industrial complex, the banking industry.
But I mean, so let's think about how we're going to make that part of it accountable. I mean, let's not just recreate this world we're in that we're not happy with. Right?
Exactly.
I mean, I hear of some of the miners using solar. I don't know. Is solar better? I don't know. I mean, there's so many things that people with more knowledge than me have to look into. But the other thing is this promised diversity. You know, it's going to be, you know, everybody start. Well, that's just absolutely not true. It's just absolutely not true. So how do we make sure our environmental concerns, our social justice concerns are being met, you know, not by just saying, I'm putting out my NFT and I'm devoting part of 10% of what you give to Goodwill, you know, some flatland charity that actually is opposing everything we stand for. Blah, blah.
This chug, lots of machines and resources used, definitely.
Yeah.
That's not something I want to downplay. That it's part of the situation at the time, definitely.
Yeah.
But I do also think that the present zeitgeist is a little scapegoating on the chug, and that's my point. That's my point for sure. Is like this technology is a threat to the legacy systems that we're dealing with. I really feel like it's just going to cut out a lot of the fat and a lot of the excess. And maybe I'm kind of accelerationist with this too. It's like, you know, if this is going to put more people out of work, this is going to give us more people to like put people in positions where they actually want to be in their life.
Yeah.
Not sitting in a fucking cubicle.
Cooperative.
Exactly.
Cooperative for everything in our life. Our food, clothing, shelter. I guess, I reckon.
Like we just need to be conscious of toxins going into a project as with anything, and to the point solar is positioning itself very harmfully now in the broader market sustainable, as it is positioning itself very harmfully now in the broader market, sustainable as it is on its face.
Yeah, I've looked at solars. I mean, the things that it's made up of are not sustainably sourced, you know, steel, whatever, all these things. So yeah, we're always being sold this surface thing, but how do we make these things sustainable? They really aren't. They really aren't. Anyway, I feel like part of what we do here at our spot in the frog pond is we have some acreage to actually practice some things. Like, we don't send our garbage out. We have to figure out everything that comes into this space. We have to figure out something to do with it so that, you know, it kind of looks like a trash yard. You know, we have a vision of the future and we'll have some practical experience. You know, I've lived with solar panels. There's a lot of batteries and this and technology that goes. I lived with wind power. There's just a lot of mainstream technology that goes into it. Elon Musk has crabs. Of course. You know, they see ahead just like we see ahead. They see where they see that society's turning green. So what do? They put green labels on all the food and green and say natural, and we're like, oh yeah, cool. Where does that come from?
Mexico.
Is that?
There's a lot of lithium in Mexico, apparently. So some of the guys I used to work with are like,
when
oh,
are we gonna replace these
We're gonna
things?
attack Mexico for their lithium. I'm like, dude, I don't know. And let's see, you're talking about superstructure lens. I'll be honest,
that's a great idea.
I am not very studied. What?
Oh, it's a compost cesspool, like the whole humanure idea. Yeah, that's something I'm working with too, but I keep it secret. You know, you tell people, you're like, I'm working with humanure. They're like,
A couple comments ago, I'm just following the comments we got.
Go ahead.
Chat. It works very well in the base. Superstructure lens. Again, I'm not unfortunately, very studied or well read.
You don't have to keep apologizing. Just talk. We know you're ignorant. Just talk.
I can do that. So I can't tell you which philosopher gave us that lens.
What?
It's all in the chat.
You can't tell what?
I can't tell Gurren which philosopher gave us the superstructure lens.
I can't even see that.
Yeah, that one's gone, I think.
The superstructure?
Superstructure. And this, yeah, you talked about the Elon Musk.
Oh,
lots of lithium. Compost cesspool.
Yeah, I don't even know what the superstructure lens is.
For the local flora, and also making compost slurry for my garden. I recommend it if you have clay or poor nitrogen areas within the acre. Bears leave it alone for some reason. Yeah, I'm not worried. Yeah. We're all ignorant in our own special little way.
Our own special way, but we're all brilliant in our own special way,
That's
too.
true.
So let's lean into that.
That's definitely true.
That it right there.
That there?
That's why we together.
We're gonna lean into that there right
Lean into that there right there.
Yeah, no, I'm not worried about, looking like a fool or being embarrassed.
Me either. Look at me.
I've been embarrassed my whole life.
Me too.
It's pretty easy.
People make fun of me. Oh, you're the one without good sense. That was said by a friend of my mother's, rest her soul in heaven, in church when I was a little kid. It's like, here's my daughter. She said, oh, that's the one that ain't got good sense. I was just like,
that's not nice.
And this woman had slick down hair and a mustache. And I'm like, I'm the one that don't got good sense. Anyway, I digress.
Well, cool. Let's just jump into just my 4 lines of notes here, and we'll just see what we get. Again, I don't know how any of this stuff is going to work out, but we're just going to...
we take that for granted.
I'm bringing it to you, bringing it to y'all, just because this is just some shit I found out about decentralized finance.
Go on then, get to it.
Which, again, this is an attempt to use code and logic to replace the banking instruments, financial instruments, and kind of just cutting out that middleman of like having to get things approved or whatever. So
using a smart contract.
Using smart contracts, okay. Yeah, definitely. Chrome World, what's going on, man? We're just about to get into talking about liquidity pools. So yeah, you're welcome to join us, and I'll let you know when he pops in.
Okay. Because last time I listened, I was hearing music.
You might hear him. Oh, is the music still on? No, someone would have told me.
Well,
music's not going.
You were talking. It's still music on here.
Oh, it's all good, Chrome. It's still music?
Yeah, the One Frog 9 music.
Let me go back to...
Yeah, DeFi is the future.
Double cam. Oh no, that music's been going this whole time.
Yeah.
You like that? Gurren likes it.
That music brought to you by, what was your friend's name?
Bart. I tried putting that music on once, and Bart was listening, and he's like, "Can you turn it off? I can't listen to it." So I figured people were kind of not digging it. But either way, damn. I'm glad the music wasn't too. It was nice.
It was nice with the music.
I need to get more music because that's like a 15-second loop. You guys are over here on the lo-fi train in the lo-fi pond, man. I love it. I really do. I love it.
Welcome, welcome.
Let's see. I thought I saw something. Okay. Base, akin to material and superstructure like human-made systems, e.g. politics, but I might be roughing that up too hard because I'm just now started learning it. Yeah, okay. Cool. Hey, come back. Come back when you figure out more because we want to know more. All right, but So again, I'm just bringing you these very basic ideas, right? So liquidity pools.
Okay.
As I understand, liquidity pools are kind of like a certificate of deposit, right? Which, if you're familiar with that, it's you give money to the bank, you can lock it up for like 18 to 24 months. They have a certain interest rate on it, and that's it. After that, you get the money back with the interest, and everybody's happy, right? Liquidity pools are kind of like that, but you're not. There's a lot of different ways to get into one, and you're not always limited to those large timescales. I mean, there might be 30 days or something in between, like moving, putting the money in there and putting it out. There might be less. So it just depends on which.
So you're talking about using it like a bank, or you're just, what are you saying? You're
As I understand
saying
it gives you access to liquidity, gives you access to money. So the way they're set up is they have two types of tokens in them.
Okay.
And so if you want to add liquidity to it, you'll become a liquidity provider. So you're going to give equal amounts of each token. And you're going to put that into the liquidity pool. And so when somebody wants to interact with it, they're going to go and buy one of those tokens from that. Mm-hmm. And so the actual pool itself is ran by what's called an automated market maker. And what that does is it actually fluctuates the prices of both of the coins within the pool.
That sounds like fiat currency, yeah.
And yeah, so
that's
so
how
for example,
the Fed works, yeah.
No, someone smarter than me. Is it valid that liquidation as a general process is more accessible by the prole via crypto? And you laugh. That went over my head, bro. I know what proles are. They're the people, right? And then via crypto. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, it's all the.
But it's up to us to
make sure it gets like that.
Be at the wheel this time. We're at the ground floor, so we have an opportunity to grok this and visualize it and make it what we want. We can add our own piece.
But yeah, I mean, I'm really struggling to wrap my head around liquidity pools. Like I said, there's 2 tokens involved. Actually, there can be more than 2. Some of them, they'll have like 8 types of tokens.
But what is so important then about the liquidity pool?
I think it's just how you can get access to loans and stuff. Like you
okay,
go
that's
into
what
it.
That's yeah. But I hadn't understood what you saw as the importance of it.
It's a DeFi. It's one again. I'm just bringing the concept forward. It's just one of those things out there that is part of the banner of DeFi.
Okay. I'm just asking why you thought that was important. That's all. And then when you said that, you said loan, because I had asked if you're saying it's a bank, like a bank. Yeah. Okay.
So I feel like if I try to keep explaining it, I'm just going to confuse all of us.
Well, availability for open trade. That makes sense. Yeah.
Well, so it's liquid. Yeah, that's the thing. Like basically, when they're explaining this to me, they're saying, okay, in a regular market, you have the what do they call it, an order book model. So the buyers come in, the sellers come in. The buyers say, I want to buy for this amount. The sellers say, I want to sell for this amount. The order book model is all like, it's all on paper there. And then if the prices match, the transaction goes through. So, but all that's managed by people currently in these systems is managed by people, and there's got to be people involved that have assets, liquid assets to
sounds like Wall Street. Yeah.
Right. And so
I mean, but that's our model.
That's what I'm saying.
But who's gonna disrupt that model and make something different?
To me, you are.
Yeah, that's right.
You are.
That's right, because I'm like, at least I know, well, wait a minute. I've been there, done that with that stuff, but I understand we have to go from what we know. But we've got to also look beyond that.
Goorinch, excellent. Come on through with all your comments in Chrome as well. I'm gonna catch up here. Sounds like regular Wall Street, but with more hands on the wheel available. Yeah, they're trying right now to close off those commons, but they're still open enough to establish as it is.
Yes.
I'm optimistic personally, but I ain't gonna doomer. Goorinch, I really appreciate you fighting the doomer vibes. Because I think it's really easy to be a doomer and all that, and if that's just where people are, that's just where they're at.
Yeah.
But those of us who are like, fuck that, I want to be I want to be happy despite the world burning down.
I want to be happy.
I want to carve out a little bit of sanity.
I want to have parties.
And you know, make, like, that's just what it's going to take. Okay, let's see. Availability for open trade is how it's
yeah.
And again, so with the liquidity pool on the blockchain, with this order book thing, you're not having to wait for the price for someone to come along and either buy or sell at the right time. They use what's called an automated market maker that adjusts the price automatically, so that if you need that liquidity, you can go and get it straight from there. There are some concerns where if the liquidity pool is a little small, say if it, for example, only around $2,000, just for example, and you're wanting to come in and like move $1,000 or $500, that's going to be a larger percentage of the pool. That's going to affect the price of those coins involved with it. So, I'm not an economist, so I'm still, again, wrapping my head around what all that means. But that's just what they tell me. But if you're with a larger pool, things like that aren't, you're not going to affect the price as much. Okay, I'm going to catch up with the comments again. Available for open trade. Like bare bones, oversimplified to the point of risking that it's just wrong. Liquidation is a process in business. Requires the turning of material goods into capital assets, and stocks is a sort of equivalent to when sales are open or not. Stocks do many things. That's already oversimplified to the point of being wrong. In crypto, it's all open all the time because of blockchain. Yeah. I'm no liquidity pool expert, but I know it's a common function in traditional banking. Lol. Hey, Chrome gets it. Cool. All right, everybody's happy.
Yeah, we get it.
We're getting there.
Been there, done that. Economics, been there, done that.
I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to stare at that liquidity pool.
Well, what's your next thing?
What the fuck is that over there?
Mr. Froggy, what's the next thing?
It's got coins in it. Oh my God.
I'm bored with liquidity pool. What's next?
All right, fine. Next, yield farming. I don't think yield farming is really like,
Yeah.
I won't even say this is DeFi. This is just, it's just on my list, but it's kind of like.
What is it?
My understanding of yield farming is you just take a cut of your interest.
Yield farming.
Yield farming. Yeah, you're just taking a cut of your interest earned either.
You're taking
a cut of the interest that you've earned on what you would say. Well, hey, that lead us into the next thing. So another thing is staking. Staking. We'll just jump right into that. So when we're dealing with digital assets like cryptocurrencies or NFTs on the blockchain, there's these things where you can, it's like a DeFi thing where you can stake that asset either in your wallet or I think inside of an exchange. I'm not totally clear where all the staking can happen at Chrome, if you know.
That's
whatever.
From the consumer side? You're talking about
staking?
Yeah. Or is this from the...
This is from, if you have an NFT, like a Bored Ape.
I bought a Bored Ape.
You bought a Bored Ape. You had a couple extra 100,000 laying around.
Bought a Bored Ape.
Yeah, advanced staking, okay. And so what you would do is you would go to a service that offers staking, and you would give them your asset. You would give them the Bored Ape.
Okay.
They would take the value of that.
Okay.
And then they would, it basically kind of ties it back to a liquidity pool almost, because that value, that NFT, would be used, generally used for that organization, used for that, like a DAO or something like that. And because it's staked, you can't access that value until you unstake it. And so while it's staked and that organization's doing what they're doing, usually if people are interacting with a liquidity pool of that, there's a fee on it. So there's just a little fee. So that fee gets broken down to everybody that has something staked. So that's how you get interest on that. What's going on in the comments?
No, it's talking about the stock market. I just totally agree. I worked in investment banking like years ago.
Yeah.
And
this is definitely gambling. I mean, the speculation, all of that. Yeah, for sure.
But that's the model. That's the only model we know.
Right.
Can we design something outside the box of the model that we know? I believe so.
I like the idea of staking and stuff because it's like.
Explain it again.
Okay.
So when it's staked, you don't have access.
It's kind of back to the liquidity
value.
pool. It's back to the CD thing where you put it away.
Yeah.
And it gains interest.
Oh, okay.
It gets interest based on fees from others interacting with that liquidity pool.
So who's going to put out the dictionary of terms from.
Oh, that's the blockchain gospel. They're
okay.
It's
the mainstream markets and these supposedly DeFi markets, right?
And, there's some model around neoliberal capitalism that integrates some Marxist understanding, and I'm trying to track it down. So I'll link it if I dredge it up in the net. Cool. I still have to figure out what.
And then that's still put together by the cis heteropatriarchy, right? Just saying.
What, the neoliberal Marxist communist international capitalist communist conspiracy?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm down with that. Everybody's a fucking liar.
But
guys.
well, no. Let's read it and say what needs to be different. That's all I'm saying. I'm not throwing it out. Somebody did the work, right?
Yeah.
They convinced some fools, people. No, if I could do as well with a philosophy that was half right, as they've done with these philosophies that don't benefit the individual person and their freedom. I'm trying not to get into another stupid trap, I'm in one. I just finally starting to understand it. Now I think I can go and maybe design something that isn't a trap for me, people I love, or my family, and a way to do things honestly. So I'm not interested that much in studying people who've done things wrong, because I've lived my life being limited by people who say, no, you can't do that. No, it's this way. And they're just lying, our whole education system. But I digress.
Well, I appreciate you sharing, because, that's why we're here. This is like, this is our performance art, y'all, all right? We are artists. Not
Gamertainment.
only are we artists, but we are...
and edutainment. That's
creators. We got a Redbubble store, if you guys want to check that out. We got a Discord. We also have our socials. So I'm just going to plug all that out there. So it's good.
Make the money.
Yeah, Grinch, cool. No, I appreciate just fucking hanging out.
Yeah.
I know I know it's like a pandemic and shit, but we're considering of trying to pull together a little gathering out here on our, we got plenty of semi-open space, so folks can certainly distance
with trees.
And if you want to do some forest bathing,
you want to talk to trees.
I don't know when that'll happen, but we keep visioning on it.
It's gonna happen. As soon as I get it ready. I have to tell you, there's so much I need to get in order, and I'm getting it. We got tents and places for people to camp, and we've got space for people to sleep, and I just got to get the art together. We've got a goat for people to cut his hooves, and we've got a cat. And we had raccoons too.
We do have raccoons. They keep trying to break in the house.
Raccoons broke in while Britt was out of town. They harassed.
They came in. They're like SWAT, and they came in through the ceiling. They came in through the ceiling and down.
And they could run up walls. I was like,
oh, Gurich, chat might be mad at you for posting links because I'm still tinkering with those settings. So you might get a timeout or something. I don't know if you put a link, but. You can go to the Discord and put it in there if you feel like, but you can put it here too. I don't care. Modern monetary theory. It's like capitalists finally discovered Marxism. Yeah, I think at some point, it's all going to come back to Thanos apparently, right? Because that's what he says. He comes back to me. It's a joke. We're watching fucking anyway.
You're watching fucking.
We're watching fucking Marvel. We're watching fucking Marvel. The MCU fucking timeline in chronological order. So it starts with the Captain America, and then Captain Marvel, and then Iron Man. Yeah, she hates Iron Man. She doesn't like Rob Lowe.
I've never liked.
That's
him
not
as
Rob
an
Lowe.
actor.
That's Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr.
I like Iron Man just because he's got a lot of.
He's just not attractive.
A lot of tech.
I'm gonna be like men. Like, he's just not attractive. I wouldn't want to do it with him.
So because I haven't seen the more recent Marvels with Thanos and all that shit, so I'm trying to catch up on the memes,
we're catching up. If we
I'm
want
doing research.
We want to do some videos and stuff. So
I could literally link a video essay about how weird the politics get across the MCU. Specific.
No, please. Man.
Well, no, that was what we watched Iron Man 3 last night, and the whole thing is like, okay, it's just puppet shit, right? The guy made a terrorist, but he was also the bad guy, and he was gonna have the president, so he's like, I'll have the president and the worst terrorist in the whole world, and I'll be. I'm like, okay. Anyway, back to DeFi. I see what I like about the staking thing is that it can be applied to like video games. It can be applied to like a bunch of different things.
Tell me how you apply it to video games.
We have a lot of work to do before we get there, and it kind of scares the fuck out. Not scares me. It annoys me in a way because some of these projects that bring the staking and stuff into video games, you have to buy the character. All right.
Okay.
And for the pre-sale on this project, it's called Sidus.
Mm-hmm.
Let's pull it up. Actually, I'll go ahead and we'll give them a free plug. Sidus. I like the art. They had a couple thousand Sidus heroes. No, Gurich, you're fine. No, you're fine. This is a random place to be.
Our brains.
And you're welcome to link whatever the fuck you want. So.
Our brains are kind of random, so
yeah, it does so much brush over the bush.
That's more like the female mind. As a matter of fact, I find it omnipresent.
The Bush era.
My mind.
Your mind. Okay. That's funny. That's funny. I don't know. Sidus heroes. Let's go over here to the theater. Will you follow me to the theater? Let's go.
I'll follow you. Let's go, boys and girls.
Frogs go to the theater. We can too. All right, that was a reference to Blue's Clues, and in Blue's Clues, he does a skidoo into a picture. So the dog does pow, 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 and it goes into the picture. And he's like, whoa, Blue just did that. And like, well, let's follow Blue. And he's like, Blue skidoo, we can too. And he goes in the picture. So, and he does like, and they actually just take his and flip him. And it's all green screen.
Just show us.
It's all fucking green screen. And then Steve.
Show us, not
Steve
tell
from
us.
Blue's Clues came back on Twitter and he told us that he missed us. Oh my God.
Show us, don't tell us. This is TV.
Yes, that was 10 out of 10. That was a blue. That was blue. Yes, 5 ages 5. Yeah, our interior age 5 to 9. Age, okay, English. I'll show you on YouTube later. All right.
Okay.
Steve says he loves us. He just wanted some weed, and then they fired him. And then he went and made ska music.
We love you too.
I like somebody changed it because he had subtitles on. He's like, I never forgot you. But then he went and made ska music after he did the show. And he's like, somebody made a meme. I never forgot ska. And that made me laugh. Okay. Sidus Heroes. We're over here in a blank theater. And I'm yelling.
Yeah, I don't know why you're yelling.
I'm yelling. I'm projecting into the mic. Because the mic's like 10 feet behind me.
Oh.
If you're listening, you could probably tell. All right. This project's interesting. Interesting project here. Sidus Heroes.
So, Sidus is the world?
Ooh, that's a good question. What is Sidus?
What is Sidus? I want to know, really, as a presentation, what are they saying in this clip here? Welcome to Sidus. Build up your collection of NFT heroes with which to explore the endless gaming metaverse of Sidus. But what the hell is a Sidus?
So, it's the Sidus universe.
Okay,
there's 6,000 unique characters.
Sidiverse.
And they each have 13 different inherited traits. So that affects the NFT, in the contract you can put attributes and that will influence how it looks.
No, I'm studying this so when I do my characters I can do it like these do-wacky-doos.
Is this what the Discord store looks like? What do you mean, Good Wrench? Speak sense, Wrench. The reason I'm bringing this up because they have a DeFi element to the project.
Okay.
So
we're following.
Here's the deal: you claim a hero. Now these heroes, they're not fucking cheap, man. They're like a couple $100, right? Just to get into the initial.
That's good.
To get into when the pre-sale
Hey, we're
started,
doing this to make money. This is not a charity. Okay.
So it's 0.1 ETH. All right?
Okay.
0.1 ETH is for each character.
Hero.
0.1 ETH as of today. 0.1 ETH is probably 700, right? No, 0.1 ETH to USD. This is a real thing, yes.
Where's my phone? Oh.
Ethereum calculator, come to me. 0.1 ETH. Come on, man. $391. Oh, you thought it was a Twitter joke. No, this is a real thing. This is a real thing. They generated 6,000 unique characters. When the pre-sale went out, right, so you could... Yeah, Chrome got 2 of them. Okay, cool. And, but yeah, so you buy this, and the thing is, they're going to release a game. They're going to release a game in a couple months. Is this a timer for it, actually? Heroes launch in 233 days, so maybe a little more than a couple months. So the game is going to be like a fighting game, so you can use your character. It'll have the actual, as I understand, it may have it like a 3D model, and you'll be able to use it in the game. Where it has DeFi in it, you'll be able to actually take this character and stake it. You'll be able to stake it within their ecosystem, and that means you can't fight with it. You can't play the game with it anymore, but other players will be able to rent that character, rent the use of it. So that's how you make your interest on that character as it's staked. So you actually make money while you are a part of this game, if you stake your character, if you paid $300 to get one. Now, I'm not too excited that you know, if this is going to be the future of metaverse, NFT gaming, like, you know, if it's going to cost like almost $400 to get into a game, then I'm probably not going to be playing it.
So you're
but
looking
if this
at
model, if this model was applied to the way it is now, I'm paying maybe $50, $40, $50, $60 for a character, and still have this staking option. Then yeah, I'm a little more interested. But right now, this is like, and again, this whole thing is early. This is like really, really fucking early for a lot of this to develop. A lot of these type of projects, they're carving the path, right? I'm sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, I mean, just you're talking about it as a consumer. I'm always like, you're a producer or consumer. Am I wrong? So just be clear to me which hat you're wearing or something. Am I wrong?
You know, no, I'm just speaking from it. You just have to speak what you're speaking.
No.
I probably am speaking as from the
that's all you have to say, or yes.
I mean, the reason I'm bringing this up again is just it's dealing with the DeFi thing. I'm just showing an example of a project that's using the DeFi thing. And then, yes, I went on the tangent about video games and the cost.
No. That's not the problem. I just like to know which hat you're wearing, because
I'm not totally clear which hat I'm wearing all the time.
Okie dokie. Well, then we'll bring it up. As a producer, a producer, I want to make money.
That's what I've always loved about you, is that you call that distinction. Are you a consumer or a producer? You know, that's important.
So if we are doing this, we are looking to make money doing this thing. That's the whole point. I mean, beside it, expressing our creativity and all that, and working with people we like and trust and love, you know, I see this as making the world I want. You know,
yeah,
not being a victim of this whole thing, which is really easy to be.
Yeah, you know, again, I'm just, there's a lot of information. I'm just bringing it, and yeah, my perspectives on it are my perspectives on it. So I'm still definitely.
That's what a discussion
trying to push myself more towards the producer side of things, but. What are you talking about? The fact that I'm mad about paying $400 for an NFT?
Yeah, you sound like somebody poor, like that doesn't have any money.
I got $400 to drop on a damn NFT.
But imagine that day.
I would, you know, and if I did, I probably would be using it to like...
Well, imagine that you didn't have.
But if I had an NFT budget with $400 in it, then we'd talk about it.
Hello.
Okay.
Well, let's talk about it.
I gotta catch up with comments. Oh, we didn't hear it. I hit the buzzer sound.
And we didn't hear it.
I know.
There's no buzzer.
All right, but they heard it, so that's all that matters. All right. Rare beauties. Chrome got 2 of these. Rare beauties. Goorinch is still freaking out because they thought it was a joke. You were on the nose. What is this?
What?
Is this what the Discord store looks like? I'm still trying to understand that joke. That's fine. And then you freaked out because you realized it was real. And you're losing your mind. Chrome says they were 0.05. So that's like It's still like almost 200, I think. Yeah, because half 400 is 200 for now. I mean, that was. But then again, Chrome. I mean, well, that was almost a couple months ago, so Ethereum might have been around the same price. Gurridge says that all dichotomies are false. True, but I think that's valid for framing. Chrome says investor and owner is the way he likes to look at it. Gurridge says, ¿Por qué no los dos? Never judge for the bring. Never judge for the bring of the info, and always appreciate it. Definitely. That's it. That's all everybody has to say.
Yeah.
And it's good stuff.
It's good. We're talking. That's the beginning.
And I'll just finish up kind of plugging these Sidus people. They haven't paid me yet for this, but
yeah,
they
I like that you pulled this up. This is great.
No, but anyway, there's 3 levels of rarity that these characters have. There's like common, uncommon, and rare.
Great.
In order to evolve them or change their rarity, you have to buy what's called a modificator, and you have to have 3 of them. And they actually become items or weapons or different things that the character will use. And then it's applied to the character, and then it increases the character's rarity. I don't know what else they're going to do. So they said that you can do NFT staking and earn royalties and NFT wrapping. Wrapping, ooh, man, I should have looked up that. I don't know.
Oh, what is that?
I don't know. What is wrapping? Anybody got know what? And I don't think we're talking about hip-hop. I think we're talking about actual
definitely not.
NFT wrapping. I wonder if it's something like... wrapped Bitcoin or wrapped currency. I don't know. But so that was Sidus. What was this? I was gonna look at wrapped wrapping? NFT wrapping? Yeah, NFT wrapping. We're just gonna look it up real quick. Really quick. What is a wrapped NFT? A wrapped token or NFT? Oh, because if it was wrapped with cryptocurrency, it can be used in other places outside of that blockchain. Oh, wait. All right. So Chrome is here.
Wrapped.
You're really, really low. Let me figure out how I can turn you up.
Who, me?
I'm going to turn you on. You can put the headphones on if you want, Beverly.
I had it on. I couldn't hear anything.
Yeah, because
I can hear both of you guys.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning. We have one mic right now. We've got 2 pair of headphones.
We only have
so he's in. He's on. Let me see if you're even coming through. I'm not going to be on for much longer. We're just going to, I think, wrap up.
Yeah, I was just going to answer your question quickly for what is wrapping. So basically, you just connect your NFT to Ethereum. So you have to invest additional Ethereum to wrap it. But then it's basically like advanced staking. I don't know exactly how it works, but you get paid out dividends. And just like you were saying about your actual NFT getting rented, like people can also just use your Ethereum for like Ethereum liquidity, I guess, and you gain money that way as well for long-term investing. So you can wrap it once you have it staked. But I don't know exactly how it all works. But that's the fundamental payout is that you wrap it with Ethereum and you get paid more. So thought I'd answer that for you.
Cool, man.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm sure you're gonna Google.
Definitely.
Well, yeah, I was floating up there, and I was kind of again. So you just jumped in. I was just let everybody know this is David. He's usually with us on Saturdays for Chrome. Mr. Chrome. He's involved with the NFT and crypto space, and I've been learning a lot from him. We've just been collaborating, hanging out. And I was Can you just real quick repeat that, dude? I'm sorry. I was like.
Yeah, just essentially wrapping your NFT with Ethereum, so you are able to gain more revenue in long-term investing when you wrap it with Ethereum. Once you have it staked, I believe you have to have it staked first.
So you stake it and wrap it. So the wrap,
or you wrap it before staking. I'm not sure exactly. I haven't actually wrapped anything yet, and it's a fairly new concept. There's not many NFTs that are introducing that, and there's also this DeFi one, the Marnitors project, which is an interesting one.
That one,
and they do some staking and wrapping as well.
I'll pull them up because they seem more like a financial project, multi-chain platform. So they think it just seems like they're bringing a lot. Marnator is bringing a lot more financial utility than it being about.
Yeah,
Hey,
they're
we have
they're
art.
strictly DeFi.
Yeah. Yeah. And flash loans. I didn't even get to flash loans because those still don't make any sense because it's like borrow money but you put the money back. So it's like, why are you borrowing money if you're immediately paying it back? You know? Does that make sense to you?
No, not really, but I'm not a financial guy. I don't know how it works. I
It
just
doesn't sound like
watch
equity.
people doing it, and I know the process works because people are making big money on it. But I don't have enough money to invest the kind of money you have to in order to make big money, you know? And I think it's only worth it if you have like a fairly sizable investment.
That
You know?
seems to be what they say. Yeah, is you really one. They say it's for developers because you have to know how to code and you're writing a contract that's going to grab. You know, again, they were talking about flash loans now. So it's you're writing a contract. It's going to go and get the currency loan that you've requested, and then it's going to pay it back somehow with the smart contract. So yeah, there's a lot to really explore on this, and you know, there's all we can do is just more research.
So isn't it just like we're dealing with equity?
Yep, essentially.
Isn't that another form of equity?
Yeah, so that's a big part of what DeFi has done. It's just created this all these equity systems, I guess you could call it. I don't know. But Frog, I dropped the link in the voice chat text if you want to check that out. And I gotta say hi to my boy Nathaniel, who's apparently listening in. So
hello, Nathaniel.
Idle Pompano just added me on Windows. Hello, Idle Pompano, if you're out there. I don't know who you are, but if you want to play some Halo sometime, hit me up. It's a free weekend. You can get it 50% off this week. But anyway, Marnator. All right, they're dealing with a pre-sale. What is the Marnator collection? They changed the spelling of it. Marnator.
You mean the date?
The spelling of Marnator. It used to read like Marnotor, but now they got extra characters. So it is 9,990 characters, but they're just selling 2,000. And they're heroes, actually. These are generative mythical creatures. Marnators, whose story dates back to the dark ages of the crypto industry, despite all the odds and common sense, brute force, and cutting-edge technologies, are the characteristics that get along in this ancient civilization. Marnators lead their holders through the DeFi maze, bringing them valuable artifacts and writing their names in crypto history with their incredible labors. Unbiased smart contracts will distribute 30% of sales profit to NFT owners.
I like that.
33.5% to the artists who created the characters, and the rest will go into project development. Key features. Customizable visual characters. They inherit 169 unique features. 13 traits with 13 varieties. Horns, eyes, background, and skin. There's an opportunity to level up the rarity of the NFT by upgrading and customizing. Users will be able to choose certain visual characteristics, various different armor, and other accessories. Furthermore, Marnatars will be able to make their creatures distinguishable by choosing their face.
I like their model.
Yeah, the art and the design and everything is really clean on their website and stuff.
Except their logo is illegible, isn't it?
This right here?
Yeah, what? Go scroll up. What does it say? Oh.
Marnator.
What? How do you pronounce this? Minotaur or
Marnator?
Marnator. Okay.
So. Yeah, it's another project. What was their initial pre-sale cost? Was it around the same?
Yeah, it was also 0.05. So I was gonna say for you on those Sidus ones as well, like they were 0.05. So they're now maybe 0.1, which is dope, you know, for me, right? From an investment standpoint. And the hope is that that's just the start, right? And if you look at, I don't know, it's a new form of NFT though, because you want to compare it to either CryptoKitties or what's those little puffy things? The name is escaping me right now. Anyways, you want to compare it to a lot of other DeFi games, but it's not the same because they want to attach it to like a AAA gaming title, you know, like they really want to add like a real game, like a game you would get on a console, you know.
You're
So we'll see how good it is, how good the quality of the game is.
You're saying Sidus, right?
Yeah, Sidus and yeah, you're right. Marnitor isn't gonna connect that high quality of a game, but it also is supposed to have some kind of gaming angle, I believe, down the road. But
I love this. That's great.
Sidus is the AAA one that I was talking about because it was 0.05, and that was where it was like seemed like a really good deal because if it works out the way they're talking about it, it was a good investment. This Marnitor one, I did get one of these, but I'm not too sure because DeFi is over my head a lot.
I mean, the core of it just seems, hey, go to a menu, pick your NFT, stake it, and then just don't touch it. That seems to be, but then yeah, I can understand like, yeah, what is the underlying mechanics behind all that too?
Well, I'm trying to understand why someone would do an NFT with the decentralized, I mean, with the DeFi part or not. Why wouldn't they? So what specifically? What specifically about this is different?
I think again, it's like an added value. It's adding value to the project.
Oh, okay.
Because if you look at Bored Apes, I don't think you can do this with Bored Apes.
Okay.
If you look at a lot of really basic NFT projects that come out,
I know.
they.
Well, this is a model I like. I love this.
They're basically just art, and maybe there's some access to a community or something. But to me, it's a lot of these things I think are going to see a lot of success when they do add DeFi elements to what they're doing.
Yeah.
As long as but the problem is you need a long-term plan that's going to make sure that that's going to.
That's what I'm making. I love that.
Gurrinch says, "Oh, Human David, how do you think of the?"
Yeah, I was trying to read that too. Content in spite of the tragedy of how resources are just poof. I'm not sure.
A rainbow type NFT game. Because I love those people for comedy content in spite of the tragedy of how resources. Gurrinch, I don't know what 111118.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that
either. Hyper specifics. Oh.
Yeah, send us a link or something.
Yeah, no, we don't get it. We know Grok.
Is that something I can copy and paste? And that's it. I'll go ahead and just throw that in there. Is that?
Yeah, they're both very interesting projects, and Marnitor's got a really strong community behind them, like the DeFi company. And it's been running for a long time, and it's fairly successful. I have a lot of confidence in it. We'll see how it goes. There were a lot of people who were buying like 10 of them and like, trying to, like I said before, the more you invest, the more the payout is, right? So there's a lot of people who think that the Marnitor DeFi is such a good DeFi engine, right? Essentially, as a company, and they just added this NFT component to like add extra utility for their members, but also to onboard new members more so. Like they're hoping that it appeals to a new swath of people, right? And that's why they reached out to NFTS.tips. And so it's been pretty cool being able to like basically have a backdoor. Like we get to talk to their owners, like we talk with their like higher up developers, and they share all kinds of like roadmaps and like plans for the future. And they did this openly on Clubhouse as well, right? So everyone could join and ask questions. So it's very interesting and transparent. And that's what I love about the DeFi space as well, is the transparency, So yeah, we'll see. I'm pretty bullish on it, but I also, I'm only investing modestly. So
yeah, at least you're in there though.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyways, I know you were wrapping up, so it's been awesome chat. I was listening the whole time. I woke up a little late, and I've been trying to get a couple things done. But
thanks for being here, dropping some wisdom.
Thank you. Both of you have had an amazing, entertaining show. It's been awesome to watch.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
All right. Cool, man. Well, I'll take off, and I'll let you close out.
For sure.
Take care.
I'm gonna close out talking about DAOs and
power to them.
Oh, DAOs. Well, I'll just put my stuff on mute. If you have any questions, feel free. I'll be around for a bit.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right.
Yeah, we're probably gonna finish up in like the next 10 minutes, but
Okay.
Yeah, I'll see if you have anything to say about DAOs here in 11 minutes. I'm gonna get through these.
What you talking about now?
Through these here comments right here.
You gonna talk about
Boomer
DAO?
says, saw something like a kid picks type. I make an orb of rainbow color and then drag the mouse across my photo editor to make it a worm. And each additional worm orb makes it a new NFT. And it's like, I respect the idea of the hustle that literally no one cares about. The rainbow orbs that I can make in MS Paint and some other grifter stuff. Yeah, I mean, that's a big part of the space, right? But again, that's humanity being put in the technology.
Right.
And there's people like that doing all over the place.
The Wild West.
They're just shitting
Kimosabe.
out. They're just shitting out some basic shit, and seeing who will buy it. And I have no interest in chasing those people down.
Evolution.
I'm way more interested in just being an example of what the fuck is possible here.
Word.
And
Word.
And yeah, I mean, especially when NFTs were taken off, that was pretty much a lot of the art up there was basic, shitty pixel art.
It still is.
And it's still out there. So, and I was in a clubhouse room and people were kind of lamenting about how like demoralizing it was to see these people succeed.
Have we gotten to all of our points we wanted to make on DeFi?
And so I was just trying to be like, instead of letting other artists and their shitty work like impact how you are doing what you're doing, as artists, our job is to just focus on what we're doing and focus on our craft. So, yeah, I don't know. I thought that was pretty interesting. But all right, so the last bit we're going to talk about here. Oh, you know what? And Gurich, you did remind me. I mean, it was cool. There was an NFT project where a kid, I think he was like 12, he made weird whales. So that was over the summer. He minted like a couple thousand weird whales of just simple pixels. And he made a killing off that stuff, man. And then made a killing off the royalties as well. They're up in a couple 100,000 just in royalties, like to now. It's only been since June. Anyway, I think that stuff's exciting, and just seeing kids get into this stuff is pretty exciting too.
Just seeing me get into it is exciting.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck those kids.
Pretty much. All right, so with a DAO is a decentralized.
Would you spell that, please? Because some of us are Buddhists and we follow the path of the Tao, T-A-O. So how do you spell it?
You see this face right here?
How do you spell it?
You see this face right here? This face is going to tell you a DAO. The quality of art is irrelevant, really.
Yeah, Gary V proved that.
I was doing a joke on the DAO. Yeah, no, it's good. Everybody's good. Hey, Buddhists are welcome. And
how about Taoists?
And shitty pixel art.
How about Taoists?
No Taoists. No Taoists. Buddhists only, please. But DAOs, we're talking about decentralized autonomous organizations.
DAO.
DAO. And again, if you hadn't noticed, there's a theme to today's show. There's a theme, and it's not even just about DeFi, right? It's about the blockchain being a replacement for systems that are currently not as secure, or not as maybe
replace the
maybe they're centralized.
The cis hetero patriarchy.
So anyway, decentralized. So it's a way for people to come together in a community to submit proposals for how that community or how that governance model or governance structure should function, and you buy into it, or I don't know if you have to buy into everyone. I mean, maybe that's something you could clarify for me, Chrome. But basically, you have a token that proves that you're a part of the DAO, that you can interact with its systems, and that you can vote, and that you can vote on proposals. And there's large DAOs that have large liquidity pools and stuff, and they use their power as a group to make decisions together and execute on those decisions with the combined liquid assets that they have available. I'm still on the iceberg side of this, where I haven't gotten too deep into it because I just I haven't figured out like I know there's lists of them to find it. It's just like information overload, analysis paralysis for me. But
well, that's why it's good that there's a bunch of us chewing into this.
Say again, Chrome.
I was just saying you did good, and the only thing I was going to add is that it also adds the transparency of being on the blockchain and all the decisions being fully transparent and voted on transparently, and so everyone can see the votes and like everything is also accountable. But then the other advantage of the DAO and working on smart contracts is all of the decisions, once voted on transparently, are also executed automatically, which is another thing, right? So that completely takes out the fallibility of like, oh, well, I elected you to do such and such, and you never executed on this policy, right? Instead, it's like
bureaucracy.
Each individual policy is voted on, and if passed, executed automatically through smart chain automation, because it'll be like, oh, let's raise interest by X amount, or let's, divert, certain funds from the liquidity pool towards this project or something like that, So those kind of votes will take place, and once passed, they will just happen automatically. So that's another advantage of the DAO versus the regular corporate structure, where obviously human fallibility and people's failure to execute on things that everybody agreed on and passed is another layer of, inefficiency. So,
and that was definitely the part I missed out, because I was just still kind of on that like, hey, it's everybody voting together. But yeah, it's a voting community tied to smart contracts that actually follow through with those voted on decisions. So, and yeah, so cool. That's DAOs, y'all. Chrome came through and saved the day.
Perfect.
So I don't know what we're gonna get into next weekend, but I'll be thinking on that and just doing more research. And like I said, I think Saturdays are just gonna be time where we come together and talk about this NFT crypto stuff, and
that'll help me, that's for sure.
Explore what the fuck is going on. I feel like the sentiment.
Unless you're psychic or an empath. I mean, we tune in all around the planet a lot of times. But
I feel like the sentiment of communism was not really possible for the internet is relevant here. Okay, cool, man. I just like
Yeah, it's exciting having been a hippie where we tried all of these things the first time around, to be here for the second time around to say, yeah, we did that. That didn't work. We tried that. That didn't work. You just don't change clothes and become a hippie.
Well, cool. I think that's it for today.
Cool. I learned a lot. Thank you so much.
We as the kids say, killed it. We daggone killed it, man.
Thank you.
And Chrome, as always, thank you for coming
That
through.
Was really wonderful.
Goorinch, as always, thanks for coming through.
Goorinch
is awesome. Fucking early supporter.
Yeah.
Chrome, early supporter, just showing up. Goorinch, I hope those stickers are still bright and vibrant. And we haven't updated the Redbubble in a while, and I am trying to make some money over there, so I apologize, but the prices have gone up a little bit. But we're just gonna keep.
We're just trying to make money.
We're just gonna keep hitting this.
Remember, he grew up poor.
Yeah, I grew up in backwoods Tennessee.
In a single wide.
I had a Dalmatian.
So he speaks for the people.
I had a cat.
The poor people.
We lived in the woods.
In the woods.
And then my mom went out in the woods, and I never saw her again.
No.
Oh, too bad. So sad.
Your mom.
Nice.
Bless her soul in heaven up there with my mama and all the ancestors. Thank you, ancestors.
Goorinch's wife liked the stickers and wants them on her wheelchair.
Oh.
Put those fucking stickers on that fucking wheelchair.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Roll it, baby.
And if you didn't like me cussing at you, just pretend I didn't. Because I didn't mean it like that. But Chris Goldstein, what the fuck is up, man? Good to see you. Glad you're coming through. He's also an acolyte of the crypto.
Hi, Chris Goldstein.
NFT. He's from Chicago. He's one of the Chicago peeps out there. So
we about making some money.
All right, guys. Here's my final plug. As always, let's see.
Do I get to say goodbye?
Check out our socials.
Do I get to say goodbye?
Yeah, you say goodbye, and then check out our
Redbubble, the West Side Sign.
Check out our Discord. If you're not in the One Pond Not Discord, you need to remedy that because
West Side.
I don't know what's happening over there. Really, I don't. I'm trying to figure out what's happening. Come help me make it a fun place to be.
All right, where's our programmers? Any programmers?
Yeah, we need some developers. We need some people who want to challenge.
Who know more than we do.
Our thought brain.
We're pretty smart, but we need some people who know more and are more skilled than we are.
All right, so I guess what do you got to say? Any parting wisdoms?
The hills are alive with the sound of music.
That was the wrong sound. I tried putting a sound, but it was the wrong one. Was it this one?
No, you need.
Was it this one?
You need a production assistant. I
think. It this one? No, was it this one? It was this one. This is what it was.
Boom, boom, boom.
Nope, it wasn't that one. It wasn't that one.
Oh, somebody shot the frog.
No, that was like a dash, like a Dragon Ball Z, like.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for tuning in.
All right, cool.
Directing love out into the universe
from your heart.
We're gonna change this. We are changing this because we are immortal and timeless. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go live tomorrow at 5 in the afternoon Eastern.
For real.
Probably play some games on there. I'll see if I can get some friends of mine together and we'll play Overcooked.
That sounds like a good idea.
I like Overcooked. And we're trying to beat the last level, so maybe that's what we'll do.
Sounds good.
For that. Alright, but yeah, as always, guys, we need a daggone ocean
of abolition.
An ocean of abolitionists to help us just get out there and put more heat on this abolitionist front. If you haven't already, please text in the exception 52886. It's all one word 52886. And yeah, that's gonna send a petition your way. It's gonna automatically set you up to send that petition to your representative. And as always, if some people don't like petitions, I get it, because petitions are kind of passive. They're easy. They don't really get to the core of the problem. But this petition's a good one, all right? It's going to help remove the exception clause to slavery convention 32 from the 13th Amendment. That's at the national level, right? That federal constitution. At the state level, there's also work to be done in those constitutions as well. Like here in North Carolina, Article 1, Section 17 of the Constitution states that same as the 13th. Slavery and involuntary servitude prohibited except as a punishment for a crime. That doesn't sound very prohibited to me. But yeah, that's what that petition does. These links here will lead you to jailhouse lawyer speak. These are incarcerated human rights activists on the inside, letting us know what the fuck they're going through. And they're trying to organize amongst themselves on the inside. We've also the National Network. We're actually running a petition. They're running a national coalition, abolitionist coalition. And Abolition Today, actually, after the show tomorrow at 7 Eastern, that's what these guys are on. They are abolitionist historians. They kick so much ass. I love those guys so much. I want them to not have to fight anymore, right? That's the goal. And I think the folks like Amendment 13, they have programs there and just kind of the framework for community organizing for food security, community defense, youth programs, and math and science, things like that. And I think these things are vital to us moving forward. We have to have some kind of autonomous structure that just has nothing but the goodwill. How do you say it? There's nothing but the desire for human goodwill, the victory of humanity. That's a really weird way to say all that. You guys understand what I'm saying? So That's my plug with the abolitionist thing. I'm always searching, trying to figure out how to just keep drilling down on this stuff, right? So thank you guys for coming through. Much love to all of you, and check us out tomorrow. It's a lot louder than my vocal output. Well, we're gonna keep working on that then. Let me see, where was that one? Is that one here? Nope, I didn't turn that one down. I might have to adjust that one down even further. But it sounds, I appreciate the feedback. I'm out, y'all. That's it. That's the show. We'll see you guys tomorrow, right? Yeah, but it sucks when you got to compete, when your ears got to compete. So we gotta clean that up. But we'll do it. We'll make it work. We'll go on down into the. I need a sound that sounds like I'm working in a boiler room, where it's just clanking and metal and all that kind of stuff. Because, I mean, it's really easy just to fix things, and no one really understands. Like, oh, did that really happen? Was there any metal or tools involved? You know, sometimes it happens like that. But I don't know. This is all we got. This is what it is. I'm going Frog9, and I'm an electronic frog.